Let's cut to the chase. Women aren't the mysterious beings society often portrays them as. They're human, just like us, with emotional triggers that, when understood, can make them think about you constantly. Now, before you start worrying about manipulation, let me clarify. I'm not talking about tricking or deceiving anyone. I'm talking about understanding human psychology and using it to your advantage. Too many men make the mistake of chasing women like desperate puppies. They overpraise, overinvest, and overthink every move, hoping she'll magically notice them. That's not how it works. Women aren't wired to obsess over men who act like servants. They become interested in men who make them feel something: intrigue, desire, curiosity, and yes, even frustration. Women become obsessed when you engage their emotions, not when you try to win them over with attention and gifts. Here's the truth. Most men are too predictable. They lay everything out from the start. There's no mystery, no challenge, no spark, and then wonder why she loses interest so quickly. If you want a woman to obsess over you, you need to flip the script. You must stand out in a way that grabs her attention and keeps her guessing. In this video, I'll share 7 psychological strategies that tap into her emotional triggers and keep you on her mind 24/7. These aren't gimmicks, they're proven methods that align with how attraction naturally works. If you're tired of being overlooked or left behind, pay close attention. These tricks won't just change how women see you, they'll change how you see yourself. Let's dive in. 1. Be scarce, not clingy. Scarcity is one of the most powerful psychological tools in attraction. It's simple. People value what feels rare or hard to get. When you make yourself too available, you unintentionally lower your perceived value. Women, like anyone else, are naturally drawn to what feels exclusive or difficult to attain. If you want her to obsess over you, you must learn the art of being scarce without coming off as uninterested or rude. The first step is to stop overextending yourself. Many men think that constant attention and availability will make a woman like them more. They text her all day, agree to every plan she suggests, and make it clear that she's their #1 priority. While this may seem like a way to show interest, it often backfires. Instead of feeling flattered, she may begin to take you for granted. After all, if you're always around, where's the excitement or challenge? Being scarce doesn't mean playing childish games or ignoring her to make her chase you. It means having your own life, with priorities and commitments that don't revolve around her. When she sees that your time is valuable and that you're not just sitting around waiting for her attention, it sends a strong message. You're a man with purpose, and that's attractive. Scarcity also applies to communication. If you're always the first to text or respond immediately, you're not giving her time to miss you. Let the conversation breathe. Let her wonder about you. When you're not constantly in her face, she has time to think about you, and that's when you become more intriguing. It's important to note that scarcity isn't about neglecting her or being distant to the point of disinterest. It's about balance. You want to show her that you're interested, but not desperate. For example, if she invites you out, don't always drop everything to say yes. If you're genuinely busy, let her know you'll see her another time. This subtly reinforces that your life doesn't revolve around her, making the time you do spend together feel more special. Think about it. Exclusive experiences, rare items, and limited opportunities are always more desirable because they aren't easily accessible. The same concept applies to you. When you position yourself as someone who is selective about where you invest your time and energy, you naturally become more appealing. Finally, don't mistake scarcity for arrogance. The goal isn't to make her feel unimportant. It's to show her that you value yourself. When you carry yourself with self-respect and demonstrate that you have a fulfilling life outside of her, You create an irresistible sense of intrigue. In the end, being scarce isn't about manipulation. It's about respecting your own value and encouraging her to recognize it too. 2. Stay mysterious. If you want a woman to become truly interested in you, stop being an open book. Mystery is one of the most underrated yet powerful tools in attraction. It keeps her intrigued, guessing, and eager to learn more about you. When she feels like she doesn't have you fully figured out, her curiosity keeps her engaged. The biggest mistake men make is oversharing too early. You meet someone you like, and you feel the urge to tell her everything about yourself. While honesty is important, you're sharing your life story too soon. Your struggles can actually cause her to lose interest. Relationships, all within the first few conversations. While you might think this shows openness and vulnerability, it actually removes all the excitement of getting to know you. When there's no mystery, there's no intrigue. Keeping things mysterious doesn't mean lying or hiding who you are. It simply means pacing how much you reveal. For example, instead of answering every question in great detail, provide enough to satisfy the conversation without giving everything away. If she asks about your weekend, instead of listing every little thing you did, you could say, "It was great, did some interesting things," and leave it at that. Let her ask follow-up questions if she wants to know more. Another key to mystery is unpredictability. Don't be too predictable in your behavior, responses, or routine. If she knows exactly when you'll text, what you'll say, and how you'll act, the excitement fades. Throw in a bit of variety. Maybe don't text her goodnight every single evening, or suggest a spontaneous plan instead of sticking to the same routine. Mystery also applies to your ambitions and lifestyle. Have passions and goals that she doesn't fully understand yet. If you're always working on something interesting, it creates the impression that your life is exciting and full of depth. When she sees you as someone with layers to uncover, she'll naturally want to dig deeper. Another way to stay mysterious is by being calm and composed. Don't rush to explain yourself every time there's a misunderstanding or silence in the conversation. Let her sit with the uncertainty. Sometimes this creates intrigue. A man who doesn't feel the need to over-clarify or over-communicate comes off as confident and self-assured. At the same time, mystery doesn't mean playing games or being distant to the point of frustration. You need to strike a balance. Show interest, engage in meaningful conversations, and let her feel valued, but leave enough unsaid that she wants to come back for more. Remember, mystery isn't about being complicated or confusing. It's about creating a sense of wonder. Let her feel like there's always more to learn about you. When you master this, you'll find that she's not just interested, she's hooked. 3. Trigger emotions. If you want a woman to think about you constantly, focus on how you make her feel. Attraction isn't built on logic, it's built on emotion. Women don't obsess over the guy who ticks all the boxes on paper. They obsess over the guy who makes their hearts race and keeps them thinking about him long after the conversation ends. The problem with most men is that they try too hard to impress women with achievements, facts, or status. While those things can help initially, they don't create an emotional connection. A woman might admire your success, but she won't obsess over it. She'll obsess over the feelings you evoke in her. So how do you trigger emotions? It starts with paying attention to her. Show genuine curiosity about her thoughts, feelings, and experiences. When you actively listen and respond in a way that makes her feel understood, she associates you with comfort and connection. This isn't about agreeing with everything she says. It's about showing her you care enough to truly listen. Another way to trigger emotions is by creating shared experiences. Do something exciting or memorable together, like trying a new activity or exploring a unique spot in the city. Novel experiences release dopamine, a chemical linked to pleasure and attraction. When she feels excitement or joy in your presence, her brain associates those emotions with you. Playfulness is another powerful tool. Teasing her in a light-hearted way or sharing a laugh creates a bond that goes beyond surface-level conversations. Humor, when used correctly, is one of the quickest ways to build an emotional connection. It lowers defenses, builds trust, and keeps interactions enjoyable. On the flip side, don't shy away from showing emotional depth. Many men avoid discussing anything serious because they think it's too heavy. But sharing a bit about your challenges or passions shows vulnerability, which creates a deeper connection. The key is balance. Don't turn every conversation into a therapy session, but don't be afraid to let her see that you're human. Lastly, leave room for a bit of unpredictability. If every interaction is predictable, it becomes boring. Keep her guessing by occasionally surprising her with a thoughtful message when she least expects it, a creative date idea, or even pulling back just enough to make her wonder what you're thinking. In the end, it's about balance. You want her to feel excitement, comfort, curiosity, and a sense of connection when she's around you. If you can make her laugh, keep her intrigued, and show genuine care, she'll not only want to be with you, but also find it hard to stop thinking about you. 4. Be unpredictable. Predictability is one of the fastest ways to kill attraction. If she can always predict what you're going to say, do, or feel, the excitement disappears. Being unpredictable doesn't mean being unreliable or erratic. It means keeping things fresh, engaging, and just a little unexpected. Women are drawn to men who surprise them in ways that spark curiosity and excitement. Most men get this wrong by falling into routines. They text at the same time every day, plan the same types of dates, and give the same compliments. While consistency is important in a relationship, too much of it in the early stages can make things feel stale. Predictable behavior is comforting, but rarely exciting. To keep her intrigued, you need to break the mold. For example, instead of always sticking to the same pattern of texting her good morning and good night, mix it up. Skip a day or send a funny or thoughtful message at a completely unexpected time. When you stop being predictable, she starts wondering about you, what you're doing, what you're thinking, and when you'll reach out next. This keeps you on her mind. Unpredictability can also come in how you plan your time together. If she's used to dinner dates, switch it up with something spontaneous, like a hike, a visit to an art exhibit, or even something quirky like an escape room. The goal is to create variety so she doesn't feel like she's in a loop. People remember experiences that stand out, and those memories are tied to you. Being unpredictable doesn't mean you should play games or mess with her emotions. You're not trying to frustrate or confuse her. It's about avoiding monotony. For instance, if you always initiate plans, step back for a while and let her take the lead. If you're usually serious, surprise her with humor. These subtle shifts keep interactions exciting. Unpredictability also applies to how you handle yourself emotionally. If you're always chasing her or agreeing with everything she says, you become boring. Sometimes challenge her opinions, or let her see that you have your own life and priorities. A man who stands his ground and doesn't cater to her every whim becomes more intriguing. Finally, balance is crucial. Too much unpredictability can come off as instability, which is unattractive. The key is to mix stability with moments of surprise. Be someone she can rely on, but who also keeps her guessing in a positive way. When you master the art of unpredictability, you not only maintain her interest, but also create an emotional roller coaster that keeps her engaged. She won't be able to predict your next move, and that mystery will make her obsessed with finding out more about you. 5. Radiate confidence. Confidence is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. It's not about arrogance or showing off. It's about knowing your worth and carrying yourself in a way that reflects it. Women are naturally drawn to men who project confidence because it signals strength, self-assurance, and leadership. The first step to radiating confidence is owning who you are. Too many men fall into the trap of trying to become what they think a woman wants. They change their personality, agree with things they don't believe in, and bend over backward to gain approval. This behavior screams insecurity. Confidence comes from being unapologetically yourself, your likes, dislikes, and values. When you own that, people respect you, including women. Confidence also means being comfortable in your own skin. You don't have to be the loudest guy in the room or the one making all the jokes. A quiet, composed confidence can be just as powerful. It's about how you carry yourself, good posture, steady eye contact, and speaking with intention all convey self-assurance. Here's a practical example. Imagine you're out on a date, and the waitress brings the wrong order. An insecure man might hesitate to say anything, not wanting to make a scene. A confident man would politely but firmly address the mistake, ensuring it's corrected without being rude. That small act shows leadership, composure, and self-respect, traits women admire. Another key aspect of confidence is being decisive. Women don't want to spend hours hearing, "I don't know, what do you want to do?" They want a man who can take charge and make decisions. For instance, instead of asking endlessly about where to eat, say, "I know a great place. I think you'll love it. Let's go there." Taking the lead shows confidence, and most women find that incredibly attractive. Confidence also means handling rejection or setbacks with grace. If she's not interested or something doesn't go your way, don't let it rattle you. A confident man doesn't take rejection personally. He knows his worth and understands that not everyone will be a match. This resilience not only keeps you grounded, but also makes you more appealing because it shows emotional maturity. 6. Mirror. Her desires. Mirroring her desires is about understanding what she values, wants, and feels, then reflecting that in your interactions. It's not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about paying attention and aligning your approach in a way that resonates with her. This subtle technique creates a sense of connection and makes her feel like you truly understand her. The first step is listening. Too often, men focus on impressing women without taking the time to understand what they're actually looking for. Listen to the little things she says about her goals, interests, and preferences. For example, if she mentions she's passionate about fitness, showing interest in that area, even if it's not your primary focus, can create common ground. Ask her about her favorite workouts or share a story about your own experience with fitness. Mirroring doesn't mean copying everything she does or says. Instead, it's about finding overlaps in values and reflecting her energy. If she's upbeat and playful, match her tone with humor and lightheartedness. If she's reserved and thoughtful, take a more serious and considerate approach. When your energy aligns with hers, she'll naturally feel more comfortable and connected to you. This technique also applies to physical mirroring. Subtly mimicking her body language can create a subconscious sense of rapport. For instance, if she leans forward during a conversation, lean forward slightly as well. If she's relaxed, don't be overly stiff or formal. Just make sure it feels natural and not forced, as she may notice if it seems awkward. Another way to mirror her desires is by supporting her ambitions. Let's say she's working on a big project or striving toward a personal goal. Acknowledge and encourage her efforts. When she feels that you're on her side and rooting for her success, It strengthens the bond between you. However, mirroring her desires doesn't mean abandoning your own identity. You're not there to be her clone or a yes man. The key is to blend compatibility with authenticity. Show her you have your own life, values, and goals while still being attentive to what she cares about. For example, if she's into traveling and you're not as experienced in it, express genuine interest by asking about her favorite trips or sharing a desire to explore new places together. Mirroring her desires creates a give-and-take dynamic. It shows her that you value her individuality while still maintaining your own. This balance of understanding and authenticity makes her feel connected to you on a deeper level. When done correctly, this technique not only strengthens attraction, but also builds the foundation for a meaningful and lasting connection. 7. Be the prize. The final and perhaps most important psychological trick is positioning yourself as the prize. This isn't about arrogance or thinking you're above anyone. It's about knowing your worth and carrying yourself with a quiet confidence that says, "I bring value to the table." Women are naturally drawn to men who have their lives together and don't desperately seek validation. To be the prize, you need to focus on yourself first. Build a life that you're genuinely proud of, a life full of purpose, passion, and fulfillment. Whether it's pursuing your career, nurturing your hobbies, or staying physically and mentally healthy, being the prize starts with becoming the best version of yourself. When you do this, you don't need to chase anyone because your energy will naturally draw people to you. Being the prize also means setting standards. Don't tolerate disrespect, flakiness, or behavior that doesn't align with your values. Too many men let women walk all over them because they're afraid of losing their attention. A man who knows his worth doesn't settle for less than he deserves. When you hold yourself to a high standard, others will naturally do the same. Women find men irresistible when they feel like winning their attention is an achievement. This doesn't mean playing games or being cold. It means letting her work a little to earn your time and affection. For example, don't always be the one to initiate contact or plan every date. Let her invest in you as much as you invest in her. Remember, this is about mutual respect and value, not putting her down to lift yourself up. When you treat her with respect while maintaining your own standards, you create a dynamic where she sees you as someone worth having in her life. Now, let me leave you with this. Women are incredibly intuitive. They can tell when a man values himself and when he's just faking it. So don't try to act like the prize. Be the prize. Work on yourself, stay consistent, and watch how the dynamic shifts. If you've got experiences or insights about these psychological tricks, or even moments where things didn't go as planned, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you've navigated relationships and what's worked for you.